you currently feel lost. You currently feel really confused. You wake up every day after going for your job or doing the things you have to do. You have no clear direction on what next you have to do. Well, you're not even. There are millions of people just like that. And I was one of such people in the past. But as you can see, I am actually taking practical steps to see that I not only gain clarity of purpose, but I actually carry out actions that would guide me towards the path that I seek. In order to begin something, you know, it happens that a lot of us seem to have forgotten that we have a divine purpose on this earth that we find ourselves in, right? We are just like this matchbox. Ideally, in a matchbox, what you should have in it is matchsticks, right? And this matchstick was created not because of what it can do for itself, but what it can do for what others, right? A matchstick is to light fire. This fire it lights can either be destructive or can be useful, right? And in its useful state, you can use it to light a candle, you can use it to light your electric cooker to cook food that you and your family will eat so that they'll be healthy and then you live a good life. And so many other things that this matchstick can do. But when the matchstick has forgotten its purpose, and instead of being in a box of matches, carrying out the activities it's supposed to do, what happens? That job that the matches is supposed to do won't get done. And so people who are supposed to reap the benefit of that light being illuminated or being put on by the matches, what happens to them? They miss out. Now, on the flip side, this is also a matchbox. But within it is a pack of pins, right? No matter how much these pins attempt to do the job of a matches, guess what? They would fail woefully. So, although in and of themselves, these pins are useful, but being in the wrong environment, what happens to them? They lose their meaning. They get distracted or sidelined from their purpose. And this is the example with most of us. We have our designed purpose, our designed use, but we are in the wrong environment. And because we're in the wrong environment, everything we seem to be doing is just not working out. So, what can we do about that? But before going into what we can do about it, I want you to do one thing for a split second. Look at everything you have done today, right? Of all of those things you've done today, how many of them were intentionally calculated by you to take you a step towards the dream life that you want? Towards being less confused, towards being less distracted, towards being less of a person who complains, towards being more of a person who is intentionally looking out for what his divine assignment is. That's a question I would want you to answer. So, if, just as these pins, we find ourselves in the wrong environment, what that simply means is there is no amount of work we'll do inside this matchbox, right? That will take us closer to actually carrying out the divine purpose of the matches. What do we now have to do? We have to intentionally open up the matchstick, extract ourselves from the matchbox, right? Bring out ourselves, right? You can see how hard it is to pull out. So this is how difficult it will be to pull ourselves out of an environment we're not supposed to be. Then pick up one of the ingredients, right? Or one of those things that would facilitate what exactly our divine purpose is. And then do what? Begin to carry out our divine assignment. And this right here is why a lot of you, like myself, are currently stuck in whatever we're doing or wherever we are. We will rather get distracted. We would rather keep scrolling on social media, keep watching 1,001 tutorials, but would never push ourselves to actually carry out the actions that we need to carry out to take us a step closer to what? Our divine purpose. So, what is the actionable step you can take from today to reduce all of these confusions, to reduce this lack of direction, and begin to empower yourself with doing the things that you know you have that passion for, or that thing that has been calling out to you, you've been dreaming about, you've been having imaginations about, you've been daydreaming about? Number one, carry out a time audit. Because right now, you have forgotten who you are and have placed yourself in a place that you're not supposed to be. So the first thing you need to do is identify where you are right now. What is it you are doing? Just take note of it. Don't insult yourself. Don't call yourself names. Don't beat up yourself. Just make a mental note of where exactly you are right now. That's number one. Number two, what are the things you're doing right now that is not serving you in any way? It is not teaching you more about the things, the ideas you have. It is not pushing you towards implementing those ideas. It is not pushing you towards refining those ideas. Heck, it is not even pushing you towards getting out of the quagmire you're currently in. What is it? Where are you right now? How do you spend your time? So look at your 18 hours, right? We sleep, some of us sleep for 6 hours, some for 8 hours. So depending on how many hours you sleep for, minus that time, right? Then take notes, make an appraisal of the remaining hours you have in the day. How do you spend it? If you go to work, how many hours do you actually put into working productively at your place of work? As against gisting with colleagues, swiping through your phone, watching movies on your phone, or just carrying out activities that really add little or nothing to your life. Carry out that analysis. Then ask yourself, these activities that you carry out, are they taking you a step towards your dream goals, towards your purpose, towards being a better version of you, or are they helping you to waste more of your time? That's number two. So number one is, what are the things you actually do? How do you spend your time? Then number two, what are the activities you carry out, right? That you use in taking away or leaving away your time. Then number three, what is that one dream that you have been having concurrently, or that one idea that has been coming to your head concurrently for the past 1 year, but till date, you haven't found the courage to carry out or to start out that activity? Just one. I know there are a lot of them, but which one is the one that comes to you more often? Like practically almost every day, there's that split second that the idea comes to your head, but you push it away for some reason or the other. Now, when you have carried out these three activities, all I want you to now do is to make a commitment to yourself that for the next 7 days, I am going to actively track how I spend my time. No insulting yourself, no nothing. Just take notes. Actively take note of how you spend your time. So that at the end of those 7 days, you now know for sure that this is not the life I would want to continue living for another 365 years. Because guess what? Before you know it, this year is going to come to an end. Imagine January that started just like yesterday. Today, we are already on the 11th day of March. Like, first quarter of 2025 is almost gone. Ramadan, we just started like yesterday. Today, how many days are gone? So this is how fast the days are going to be moving. Would you want the next 1 year to be exactly like last year was? Or would you intentionally wake up and identify your core purpose and carry it out just as you should? Right? So, that being said, see you tomorrow when I drop the next video.